Welcome to Framework, the podcast that makes the NIST cybersecurity framework practical, engaging, and accessible. Whether you're a cybersecurity professional, business leader, or simply curious about how organizations defend against cyber threats, this series is for you. This podcast is inspired by a comprehensive guide to the NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0, a best-selling resource written by cybersecurity expert Dr. Jason Edwards and trusted by professionals worldwide. In each episode, we'll leverage a few insights from Jason's extensive book to dive deep into CSF 2.0, unpacking every function, category, and subcategory with real-world applications you can immediately use. If you're enjoying this episode and want to learn more, head over to cyberauthor.me to grab your copy of the book and access additional resources to enhance your cybersecurity journey. You can also visit baremetalcyber.com, where over 2 million people last year explored expert insights, articles, and practical tools across a wide range of cybersecurity topics. RS.MA-05, Initiating Incident Recovery. RS.MA-05 ensures that organizations effectively transition from incident response to incident recovery, restoring systems, data, and operations while minimizing long-term damage from cybersecurity incidents. This subcategory belongs to the Respond function within the National Institute of Standards and Technology's Cybersecurity Framework, version 2.0, emphasizing that organizations must have well-defined recovery initiation processes to ensure that business operations resume quickly and securely following a cyber incident. Without structured recovery initiation, organizations risk delayed system restoration, increased data loss, prolonged operational downtime, and failure to address vulnerabilities that caused the incident. By implementing structured recovery initiation procedures, organizations ensure that incident response teams coordinate with business continuity planners, IT administrators, and security teams to restore systems in a controlled and secure manner. A well-defined recovery initiation framework incorporates forensic analysis, remediation planning, and validation testing to ensure that affected systems are restored without reintroducing compromised elements. Organizations that adopt automated recovery orchestration, integrate forensic investigation into recovery workflows, and enforce structured post-incident security assessments improve their ability to restore critical functions efficiently, reduce financial losses, and enhance cyber resilience. Multiple stakeholders play a role in initiating incident recovery. Incident response teams and IT recovery specialists are responsible for coordinating system restoration efforts, ensuring that patched and secured environments are brought back online in a staged manner. Business continuity planners and executive leadership ensure that recovery efforts align with organizational resilience strategies, prioritizing the restoration of mission-critical systems and operations. Regulatory compliance officers and risk management teams play a critical role in ensuring that recovery procedures adhere to legal and industry requirements, reducing potential liabilities from prolonged service disruptions. Effective incident recovery is implemented through structured recovery plans, staged system restoration processes, and validation testing. This includes using automated backup restoration tools to recover lost data, deploying forensic analysis to verify that threat actors have been fully removed from the environment, and implementing enhanced security controls to prevent recurrence. Organizations that fail to implement structured recovery initiation processes risk restoring compromised systems, increasing operational downtime, and failing to meet regulatory recovery mandates. Several key terms define incident recovery initiation and its role in cybersecurity governance. Recovery Time Objective, RTO, ensures that organizations set predefined goals for how quickly systems must be restored following an incident. Recovery Point Objective, RPO, ensures that organizations determine the maximum acceptable data loss between backups and restoration points. Post-incident remediation ensures that organizations apply security patches, reconfigure affected systems, and eliminate vulnerabilities that led to the incident. Forensic data analysis ensures that organizations identify the root cause of an incident before restoring affected environments. Controlled system reintegration ensures that organizations gradually restore affected systems, ensuring that security controls are in place to prevent reinfection. Challenges in initiating incident recovery often lead to ineffective system restoration, increased security risks, and prolonged operational disruptions. One common issue is failure to verify the integrity of restored systems, where organizations restore compromised systems without ensuring that malware, backdoors, or unauthorized access points have been fully removed. Another issue is insufficient recovery planning, where organizations lack predefined recovery playbooks, forcing IT teams to develop restoration strategies in real time, leading to delays and errors. Some organizations mistakenly believe that incident recovery is only about system restoration, without recognizing that a secure recovery process must also include forensic investigations, security enhancements, and post-incident monitoring to prevent recurrence. When organizations implement structured incident recovery frameworks, they enhance business continuity, improve cybersecurity resilience, and ensure that systems are restored securely and efficiently. A structured recovery model ensures that cybersecurity teams coordinate restoration efforts, business leadership supports risk-based recovery prioritization, and IT security teams integrate security validation testing into the recovery process. Organizations that adopt AI-driven recovery automation, enforce structured security reconfiguration workflows, and deploy continuous system integrity monitoring develop a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that strengthens resilience against future cyber threats. Organizations that fail to implement a structured incident recovery process face serious security, operational, and financial risks. Without a well-defined recovery framework, businesses risk delayed restoration of critical systems, incomplete remediation of vulnerabilities, and increased likelihood of repeated cyber attacks. A common issue is lack of coordination between incident response and IT recovery teams, where organizations fail to integrate forensic analysis into recovery efforts, leading to the restoration of compromised systems. Another major challenge is failure to prioritize mission-critical systems, where organizations restore lower priority services before addressing core operational functions, causing unnecessary business disruption. By implementing structured incident recovery processes, organizations ensure that affected systems, data, and applications are restored securely and efficiently. A well-defined recovery strategy incorporates security validation, forensic analysis, and automated restoration workflows to ensure that all vulnerabilities are fully addressed before resuming normal operations. Organizations that deploy AI-driven recovery orchestration tools, integrate cybersecurity risk assessments into restoration processes, and enforce staged system reintegration improve their ability to restore business functions quickly while ensuring long-term cyber resilience. At the partial tier, organizations lack structured recovery plans, leading to disorganized and inconsistent restoration efforts. Recovery activities are handled reactively, with IT teams making ad hoc decisions about system restoration without predefined procedures or security validation requirements. A small business at this level may restore a ransomware encrypted server from an old backup without verifying whether the malware infection has been fully removed, leading to reinfection and continued operational disruptions. At the risk-informed tier, organizations begin to establish formal recovery policies, ensuring that cybersecurity teams follow structured guidelines for restoring affected systems and data. However, recovery efforts may still be manual, with security teams relying on predefined checklists but lacking automation to speed up restoration efforts. A mid-sized financial institution at this level may have documented recovery protocols that outline the sequence of system restoration, but fail to incorporate AI-driven threat detection to ensure that recovered systems are fully secure before being placed back into production. At the repeatable tier, organizations implement a fully structured recovery framework, ensuring that system restoration efforts are standardized, automated, and integrated with cybersecurity risk management. Cybersecurity governance is formalized, with leadership actively involved in defining recovery priorities, enforcing AI-driven security validation models, and ensuring compliance with industry-specific recovery mandates. A multinational retail organization at this stage may use real-time incident monitoring tools to validate recovered systems against active threat intelligence feeds before restoring business operations. At the adaptive tier, organizations employ machine learning-driven recovery automation, predictive cybersecurity analytics, and real-time system integrity monitoring to proactively detect security vulnerabilities before initiating system restoration. Recovery initiation is fully integrated into enterprise cybersecurity governance, ensuring that security teams use AI-powered recovery models to adjust restoration workflows dynamically based on evolving cyber threats. A global cloud service provider at this level may leverage automated threat detection and response (TDR) technologies to analyze system behavior before reintroducing affected systems into live production environments. Initiating incident recovery aligns with multiple controls in the National Institute of Standards and Technology Special Publication 800-53, ensuring that organizations implement structured system restoration models and proactive cybersecurity recovery strategies. One key control is CP-9, Information System Backup, which requires organizations to maintain secure, regularly tested backups to support rapid recovery following a cybersecurity incident. A healthcare provider implementing this control may use encrypted, off-site backups to ensure that patient records can be securely restored in the event of a ransomware attack. Another key control is IR-4, Incident Handling, which mandates that organizations define structured response and recovery workflows, ensuring that system restoration processes align with broader cybersecurity resilience strategies. A government agency implementing this control may use automated recovery playbooks to restore mission-critical infrastructure following a cyber attack on national security systems. The initiating incident recovery also aligns with CP-10, Information System Recovery and Reconstitution, which requires organizations to establish processes for restoring systems securely while ensuring that vulnerabilities are addressed before bringing systems back online. This control ensures that organizations do not simply restart affected systems, but verify their integrity through forensic analysis, patching, and enhanced monitoring. A multinational financial institution implementing this control may use an automated recovery validation framework that scans restored systems for hidden malware or unauthorized changes before resuming normal operations. These controls can be adapted based on organizational size, industry, and cybersecurity maturity. A small business may implement basic system recovery procedures, ensuring that cybersecurity teams manually restore critical systems from backup while verifying configurations against security best practices. A large enterprise may deploy AI-driven recovery automation, forensic data validation, and real-time security posture assessments to ensure that recovery execution remains continuously refined and aligned with evolving cyber risks. Organizations in highly regulated industries such as finance, healthcare, and critical infrastructure may require legally mandated cybersecurity recovery frameworks, compliance-driven system restoration policies, and structured cybersecurity risk assessments to align with regulatory requirements. Auditors assess an organization's ability to initiate incident recovery by reviewing whether documented, consistently enforced, and automated recovery frameworks are in place. They evaluate whether organizations implement predefined system restoration models, enforce structured cybersecurity risk validation processes, and integrate real-time security incident recovery mechanisms into enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance. If an organization fails to restore systems efficiently and securely, auditors may issue findings highlighting gaps in cybersecurity risk management, weak system recovery execution, and failure to integrate structured cybersecurity risk validation into enterprise security frameworks. To verify compliance, auditors seek specific types of evidence. Incident recovery policy documentation and structured cybersecurity risk validation reports demonstrate that organizations formally define and enforce security system restoration standards. System integrity validation logs and automated recovery execution records provide insights into whether organizations proactively detect, validate, and restore cybersecurity incidents based on predefined risk thresholds. AI-driven cybersecurity recovery monitoring dashboards and predictive security analytics show whether organizations effectively track, monitor, and refine incident recovery strategies using real-world attack data and adaptive security controls. A compliance success scenario could involve a global cloud services provider that undergoes an audit and provides evidence that structured cybersecurity incident recovery strategies are fully integrated into enterprise security governance, ensuring that all cybersecurity incidents are continuously monitored, classified, and restored based on predefined impact levels. Auditors confirm that incident recovery policies are systematically enforced, recovery mechanisms are dynamically refined, and enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance frameworks align with structured cybersecurity system restoration models. In contrast, an organization that fails to implement structured recovery frameworks, neglects real-time security incident validation, or lacks formalized cybersecurity risk assessment workflows may receive audit findings for poor cybersecurity risk management, weak system recovery execution, and failure to align recovery strategies with regulatory compliance mandates. Organizations face multiple barriers in ensuring that cybersecurity incident recovery remains continuous and effective. One major challenge is failure to integrate forensic analysis into system restoration, where organizations restore affected systems without fully investigating the root cause of the incident, leading to repeat cyber attacks. Another challenge is over-reliance on manual system recovery, where organizations lack automated system reconstitution mechanisms, resulting in slow restoration times and increased operational downtime. A final challenge is difficulty scaling system recovery procedures across global business units, where organizations struggle to maintain consistency in cybersecurity incident recovery across multiple subsidiaries, regions, and regulatory jurisdictions. Organizations can overcome these barriers by developing structured cybersecurity recovery frameworks, ensuring that security system restoration policies remain continuously optimized, and integrating real-time system reconstitution models into enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance strategies. Investing in AI-driven cybersecurity risk validation, automated cyber risk prioritization, and predictive security incident recovery tools ensures that organizations dynamically assess, monitor, and refine cybersecurity system restoration strategies in real time. Standardizing cybersecurity system recovery methodologies across departments, subsidiaries, and external business partners ensures that cybersecurity recovery policies are consistently applied, reducing exposure to improperly restored systems while strengthening enterprise-wide cybersecurity resilience. By embedding cybersecurity incident recovery strategies into enterprise security governance frameworks, organizations enhance security system restoration capabilities, improve regulatory compliance, and ensure sustainable cybersecurity system reconstitution processes across evolving cyber risk landscapes. That wraps up today's discussion on framework. Don't stop here. Head over to cyberauthor.me to explore more cybersecurity topics and discover a best-selling book covering NIST and other critical cyber frameworks. Please like, rate, and review this episode on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, remember that knowledge is power.